Hey everyone, in today's video, we're going to see about the difference between CLI, API, and MCP. CLI is basically command line interface. It is a direct communication between a user and a system, a computer, with the help of terminal. Terminal is a major tool that we communicate with the system for installation or cloning a Git repo, anything it may be. It may be in a single line also. Sometimes it will be an interactive session, like a system will ask you questions to give yes or no, or to reject or install. So those things we need to respond back. Sometimes it is interactive in that way. So let's see a few examples. What all the CLI that we regularly use, and Claude code or code base, anything that we cannot identify as a CLI. It is not in the interactive way. Sometimes it is interactive way, yes, we give prompt and it responds back, but it is not come under CLI majorly. So the first example is, I'm just going to clone a Git project. So the response we get from the terminal, and shell processing command, we get the response back, and here we are getting in the format of output. So these are three different types of terminal interactions that a human do with the system. So it is a major example for CLI, and npm install and tool installation, any package installation which will come under CLI. Next we'll see API. API is a interface, application programming interface. It is about, we send a request and get a response. We use it for tools or any UI communication or any page that we are requesting access for. So this can be anything. And it is completely different from CLI because it is basically under terminal. But API is something that we communicate page to page, a program to program, a structured data or automation. So we build tools and all. With that, we can go from page to page, or we can access other applications through a link. So it is all of API. So for example, we have this HTTP request. The first thing, yes, we get the response back that we just sent a request, that's all. So authentication, along with authentication and content type. Next, API server processes the request. So we sent a request and it is processing whether what it is actually. So GitHub API server is processing and it is everything done. So it is replying in the form of whether it is approved or not. So it is a validation process that it is happening after the request, immediately after the request. Next, we are getting a response. So we got the response back when it is done. So this is a proper send and response communication which happened page to page. I mean, we can request for any service or web page. This is what API do. So how it differs from CLI, which is, it's a program calls program. So one page calls another page, an interactive session which happens between two pages. A program, that is one request and response. And the workflow is automatic because we click on something and the process happens internally, and structured JSON or XML because the front end which has that, and the data which will have the JSON or XML. So REST API, GraphQL are the examples that they use for the RESTful, I mean the communication, request and response. So this is API, so that we can just, you can actually see how it is different from each other. It's a code and it's a command. So CLI is a command, API is a code. Now we'll see MCP, Model Context Protocol, which is a protocol that we need to define the tools, how it need to be orchestrated between each other or all together. So this is like a mobile phone that we will have like multiple applications in it, right? So it is similar to that. We can use those applications for our own purpose, but it is all in the mobile phone and it can operate it through the mobile phone. So protocol is that. MCP does the same thing for every tool that we are connecting it to. We can have a calculator, or immediately we can have it to connect to a calendar, and through that we can just adjust some of the email communication. So it is all of everything, and there is no relation between these two tools, and we can have all together. So AI orchestrated, multi-tools and context aware, because we can have LLM in it, so that the communication can happen between these tools with the help of LLM that we can have. So tool A and tool B can be communicating between each other with the help of LLM, and that definition that we need to write in the form of protocol, which called MCP. Let's see an example run for that. An AI assistant receives task. So we have the following task that we given for few agents inside. So one is creating a GitHub repository, which is AI assistant, and generate the readme.md. It writes by itself because we given a proper prompt for it, and create initial commit with readme. So these are the tasks that we have given, and it is done. GitHub MCP server, built-in content generation. The output is have given. So this is one, and we can make AI calls also here. The entire communication is happening, and we have call 1, call 2, call 3, which is repository is created, content is generated, and GitHub file have been created, and all the task is done. So we just initiated the protocol here and assigned the task for each agent in it, what it need to be done throughout. And here the task is done with the help of MCP. I mean, the communication happened because we wrote a protocol, right? With that, the entire communication happened. And here the AI orchestrates and reports. So here we see the final outcome of what all it done. I have successfully created your GitHub repository. Here's what I did. So whenever this AI assistant have allotted to create a Git repo, it does by itself. All we need to give is, we need to choose a folder, and we can just upload it or instruct it to do it. Then it will do everything, create readme and description about each files, and everything is done and uploaded. So this is what this assistant task with the help of MCP does, and it did. So MCP is AI orchestrates tool. As I told, it is like a mobile phone where it will have like all the applications inside, and we can do the job that we wanted, which is complex, of course, because we can have like n number of tools in it and multi-step tasks. So we can parallelly run, and also we can have step-by-step approach, and natural language communication, because we are using LLMs, and actions, the actions followed by LLMs between tools, and AI assistance using GitHub. AI assistant using GitHub is an example that we built right now. So it's all that. You can use accordingly whenever you wanted to have these kind of differentiation, and each is different, like CLI, API and MCP. Each one is different in its own way, and we cannot relate to each other, but we can have all together in it. For example, we can have the CLI built in MCP by sending us the response that it is done. So that we can have a group of API calls that we can make between agents and tools that we are connected to, that we can have. So it is all together, but each have a separate purpose and a standalone purpose. So that's all I have for today. I hope this video finds you well. See you all next video. Bye.